So many of us at this point know how to use the interactive whiteboard on Zoom. I'll quickly go over that if we need that. But what we might not know is how to use the interactive whiteboard while using breakout rooms, and also how we can allow multiple users to share their screen so you can see student work from different breakout rooms quite easily without turning off one share, starting a new share kind of thing. So first off, if you're not familiar with it, to find the whiteboard, you just go into share screen and you would hit whiteboard. And this is just like an interactive whiteboard where people can write on it. You can change settings. I'm not getting into that today, but it would appear for everybody. And then people can write on it unless you've changed those settings. So that's how we access the whiteboard. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to then show you that we can assign people to breakout rooms. So you'll see I've joined this meeting as myself, and to differentiate, I have my second person with a virtual background. So I'm going to do breakout rooms, and I'm going to just assign myself to this other room, and it's going to send them over there, and I'm going to join that room as well. So at this point, we're in a breakout room. We're not in the main session. And if you had multiple people in multiple rooms, they would all have their own. And the cool thing is that with your settings set up, you can now have someone share screen in the breakout room, and only the people in the breakout room would see it. So I'm going to turn into Dean number 2, and I'm going to now talk about how to share my whiteboard within the breakout room as a participant. All right, so all I'm going to do is the exact same thing that I did before with sharing my whiteboard in the whole group. So I'm going to hit share screen, I'm going to hit whiteboard, and I'm going to hit share. And now anyone in my group can see this whiteboard, but nobody else can. And again, depending on the settings, people can write on this, or it could just be the person who shares it. So, I can write on it using that. I can write on it with text. I can do whatever I'd like. I can draw pictures. I can erase. So this can be used to brainstorm or to show how to work problems, or however you'd like to use it. Now, the thing that's different, is nobody else other than the people in the breakout room are seeing this. So if I'd like to be able to share this to the whole group, I just go up here and I hit save. And it's going to save it in a spot, so I'm going to hit show in folder just to make sure I know where it is. Oh, it's this right here. I'm going to rename it just so I can find it easily. All right, and I'm going to drag it over to my desktop just to make sure it's really easy to find. All right, and at this point, the host is going to end the breakout room. We're going to all come back together. All right, so it's currently bringing us back to the main room. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit this breakout rooms button, and I'm going to close all rooms so that I come back to the room, and then I'm going to make sure to actually leave the breakout room on my other computer. So we're back here. So now both me and myself are in this room. And if I'd like Dean number 2 to share what his group was working on with the whole class, and he would just share his desktop, and all he has to do is open up that file. And now the whole group is seeing the work that Dean number 2 did in the breakout room. And then if you want to get really crazy, this isn't the goal of this, but if you'd like to explore, you can also, if you notice, I can come down here to share screen, and I can hit that little up arrow, and I can allow multiple participants to share. So if you assign roles to students in the breakout rooms as reporters, then you can ask the reporters to all share their screen, and then you would be able to tab through all of them without having to stop share, start share, stop share, start share. So just a couple quick tips on how to use the interactive whiteboard beyond just as a whole group. Thanks for watching.